Do you think people will vote for me?
All right, what's up, everybody? Robert Peppo back again, podcast number 17. Today, I'm bringing you a better how-to video. Today is going to be interview tips, 3 of the best practices for crushing your interview. I'm going to go over 3 simple steps, what to do before, during, and after. But first, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for rocking with me. If you like this content, please share it with your friends. Hit the subscribe button, hit a like, hit a comment, hit a share. It all matters. Appreciate you guys. So first off, the hiring landscape is extremely competitive. People do need to hire right now, so there's a lot of openings. However, people are going to be extremely selective in who they hire. With these 3 tips, you're going to be much better prepared, and you will understand what the interviewer is looking for and how to best position yourself for that job. Number 1, before the interview. What should we do to prep for the interview? I'd like to say the first thing to do is research the company, right? You put a bunch of applications out. Somebody responds to you, says, oh, we'd like to bring you in for an interview. Start to do some baseline research on that company. You can check their social media, their Facebook, their Instagram, their Twitter. You can go right to their website. You can even visit their location as a customer. Or if you can't, you have plenty of options to figure out who they are, get a little bit of their story, their history. Then you could see what they've done in the past, what they're doing currently, and maybe some projects they're working on for the future, so that when they bring that up, that person is going to know. Or if they don't bring it up, you can drop it in and mention it. Really good advice. The second is dressing well and dressing to the part. Okay, so you don't need to overdress for an interview depending on what it is. If it's business casual, if it's very casual. One of my tips that I like to do is say, what job are you going to have with this company? What do those people wear? Wear that. So then you look like you are part of that company already. Now, of course, you might not have their logos or their full attire, their uniform, but you can get something close and say, hey, look, I am the person for the job. I am ready. I know what you're looking for. And here I am. All right. So number 3 is to be careful how your social media looks. When you put an application in, people are looking. Doesn't matter what they say they are. You can search your Instagram and your Facebook and how are you looking? How are you portraying yourself? What is this company getting involved in? They want to know because it's between you, equally qualified, and another person who's equally qualified. They're going to say, how does this person handle themselves? What are they involved in? You want to make sure you look good. So take care of your social media presence. Number 2, for the actual interview itself. Now, number 1, above and beyond everything else, is just to relax. Remember, it's okay to be nervous. The person interviewing you is probably nervous too. They don't want to stumble over their words. They don't want to misspeak. All right, so same for you, right? Be comfortable. This is just another person having another conversation. And let's be serious. Getting into the job, if you don't get it when you leave, you're in the same position as you arrived. So you want to be the best you can as possible for this interview, but just be cool and be nervous and be happy that you're there. Have a natural conversation with them. Boom, you're ready to go. Have a sense of humor, right? And so bring your own personality to it. They want to know who they have in front of them. They don't want to be, I'm going to be very reserved. If you're not very reserved, and you don't need to be overly outgoing if you're not, but be you. Being relaxed and being comfortable is going to let you be you. So you don't have to be somebody else. You don't have to think about what they want to see or think about what they want to hear. If you're you and you bring that to the table, there's no surprises. Okay. Now, number 3 is don't lie. The reason don't lie is even if you don't mean to tell a lie, if you embellish on your skills or what you want to do or how you're going to do something and it ends up not being true, that's going to look really bad. All right. So if there's a probation period or whatever, they're going to see that pretty quickly and you'll be found out. So don't lie. If you don't know something or not sure you can handle something, go ahead and say it. Say, I'm willing to learn and you'll be good to go. Number 3, after the interview, ask questions because this is a big step in your career, in your progression. You have no idea what this job might do for you. So you could say, okay, I'm going to start here if it's an entry-level position, but what's next for me? So if you ask the questions and they get to ask you a lot of questions, that good back and forth is pretty important. Not only does that let them know that you want to be engaged with them, you're thinking about your career, which is good for them, right? So if you do good, they do good. If they do good, you do good. Should be a win-win. When you ask those questions, that person's going to think, oh, they cared enough to just knock it out of the interview. All right, let's wrap this up real quick. So you're going to sit there, engage with them, and that makes you one step ahead of all the other candidates if they just choose not to do that. So with all these things together is how are you going to put yourself in a better position than the next person? So step 1, take care of yourself, dress well, don't lie. Number 2, engage and be yourself. And number 3, ask questions at the end of the interview, shake their hand. If you see people on the way out, say, hey, how are you? Have a good day. Thank you very much. As you pass other people, then they're going to see you interact well with the company, and it might be a benefit. Those little things could be what separate you from everybody else that they interview. Again, this is Robert Peppo, podcast number 17. Quick interview tips. I appreciate every one of you. Let's get it.
Do you think people will vote for me?